Having a tap room has been super beneficial for our beer and our beer quality, because there's no substitute for sliding the beer across the bar and somebody takes a sip and they say, I don't really like this hop. Well, that's pretty instant feedback. Everything we brew is going to have some character to it, but it's not going to be over the top. We don't filter, so we're always trying to find sort of a middle ground where the beer is interesting, but still very drinkable. We basically just started as kind of a hobby, because we figured if we owned a brewery, we'd get lots of free beer. So kind of pulled together and brewed styles we liked, found this great young brewer. And so I thought, well, maybe I could convince this kid to work for me and we could open like a little brewery and just do a couple beers just for fun.
I realized like, oh man, I could be like looking at my beer tap on the wall here in like a couple months.
Met him out one night and just said, hey, do you want to be the head brewer of our brewery that doesn't exist yet, but it'll be your gig?
Really like blew my mind completely, and I think it even brought me to tears. I'm pretty sure it did, actually.
And I was like, we don't have money or location or equipment or recipes or any of that stuff. Without really any warning, it kind of turned into a real business.
Generally like to make some American style beers and a little bit of Belgian style beers. Our core beers are generally American session beers.
American session beer, any beer that contains no higher than 6% ABV. Yes, you can drink and enjoy beer without getting drunk.
Pale ale, brown ale, our IPAs a little bit, kind of more of the sessionable aspect because it's not as extremely hoppy and bitter as a lot of IPAs are in the market.
Everybody who comes to our place knows that we always have every beer that Birdsong has on tap at that moment.
We want a delicious beverage that makes you think about it a little bit. Like, it shouldn't be boring, but you should definitely want another one.
I try to be a little bit experimental. You can't go too far out without having some people not really understanding what the concept of the beer is.
So if it's too hoppy or too malty or too weird and you don't want a second one, we screwed up. You could pretty much make friends with anyone in the tap room when you walk through the door. So you could just pick somebody out. It's really easy to make friends at a brewery. You just buy them a beer and you could probably strike up a conversation with anyone. The idea is just that you feel comfortable.
Bartenders that know the beer and are willing to help you find the beer that suits you best.
Kick-ass quality product and happy, friendly staff. What we have on our cans is Birdsong was founded by a group of friends who share a love for great beer and great people.